Folks these days are saying data is the new oil. And they've actually been saying that for a while now. But I've heard this over and over now for a very long time, but I never really understood what it meant until I started building AI solutions for businesses. So now I really do get it. Data is insanely powerful for AI, especially in this new AI world. So in this video, I'm going to show you why data is so important right now. I'm going to give you real examples using AI systems that I've built. And then I'm going to show you practical steps to start owning your data so you and your construction company can make $1 bajillion. So let's get into it. So data is just the story of how your business runs. It's captured in little snapshots every single day. So every quote you send, every schedule you make, every message between your crew and clients, takeoffs, blueprints, material lists, job orders, or job costs and change orders. If you're a contractor, it might be the square footage of a project. Or if you're a lawn care specialist, it might be the materials you've ordered. You already have this stuff. The question is, are you using it to its fullest? The best companies have always tracked their numbers. A business that knows its metrics will always outperform one that doesn't, because it can study all the variables and make informed decisions. If you know your average job cost, your profit per job, or your busy versus slow seasons, you can plan with precision and direction. And as you may know, guessing in business can often be pretty costly. So here's the game changer. We can now build AI systems that don't just advise you, they actually make decisions on behalf of you and your company. But AI is like a GPS without a map if you don't feed it the right data. So when we connect your business's real data to AI systems, it can schedule crews, send accurate quotes to your customers, and flag problems that you might not even know have existed, and many, many more possibilities that have not been built yet. So from systems that I've built for construction companies, like I said, the second a project is accepted, AI creates a task list and assigns crew based on past jobs, timelines, crew availability, and location data. And it can adjust itself when reality changes, which it often does. The next is a safety and compliance system. So AI can scan job site checklists, photos, or foreman reports, and flag missing safety steps or check risks in real life. And the last is a pretty popular one right now, which is instant quoting. So with live material prices and your historical quotes, AI can now generate accurate company-specific quotes in seconds, and not just generic estimates. It can even go as further as to creating photos or videos of what the potential finished project would look like to get your customers even more excited and have just that good first customer experience. What we're looking at right here is the system that actually does the AI scheduling and helps manage that schedule. So there are a couple of issues though. Right now, this system is just plugged into a very genetic data set. So out of all of the free schedules that were scraped off the internet, and just the overall knowledge that these large language models have, the data or the system was able to create a task item scheduled for a ADU build. But there is a difference between this initial schedule generation and the next, 20-30% that needs to be fixed or edited based on a contractor's deep experience and knowledge. And the way that you're able to have a schedule that generates to where, as a contractor, you would not even have to edit it is by letting this same system understand what it is that makes you schedule the way you do. And the simplest way to do that is by giving it your past schedules or stuff like that, so it can have a better idea of how you like to schedule. This technology is not magic. These things are not sentient and conscious. They're statistical models that will choose the most statistically likely choice in a large set of in a large set of potential outputs. So if we're able to put our finger on the artificial balance of probable outcomes, the way we do that is by giving the system more data on the schedules that you created that went to plan, that you got paid for, and that you thought went really well. And by feeding those into the AI system, it's going to generate much, much more accurate and helpful, incredible schedules that's not going to take much editing on your end. As we have started to consult with different construction companies and build solutions for them, we have noticed a bit of a problem that kind of plagues the industry. There is a severe lack of understanding about how important your own company data is, that when you use platforms such as Buildertrend or Procore or Autodesk Build, not to throw too much shade on them, they're really good tools, but they do keep your data under lock and key because they do understand how important it is. So we've scoped projects where Buildertrend would not allow the company to export their own data without extra fees. They know how powerful it is. So if you don't have free access to your own history, you really can't fully use it to create systems or implement AI systems that just scale your business like crazy. The companies that understand this and have access to their own data will win in the future. With 24/7 schedule optimization, safety monitoring, instant quoting, and even AI callers that can speak to subcontractors on their behalf, these construction companies that implement and make use of their data, they're just going to be the winners at the end of the day. And that goes for every single industry too. But when we bring that back down to construction, that's what it looks like. So you can't just plug and play an AI scheduler and expect perfection. So like I was talking about before, every construction business runs a little bit differently. So in order for us to fine-tune one of these systems for you, we would need to feed it your past schedules, breakdowns, timelines, delays, and conditions. We would organize it so that the system can see patterns, such as, it can understand that framing would take longer with fewer crew. And then we train it in your way of scheduling. Very realistically, the more data we give it from your schedules, the more schedules that it will generate that look like you scheduled them yourself. So the success metric is super simple for us. The fewer changes that your project manager made to the auto-generated schedule based on its initial generation, the better. That means the closer that schedule is to actually being a perfect one to start running with. And of course, the schedules are going to change based on real-world chaos, which the system is equipped to handle. But we want that first generation to be hyper close to almost no changes needed until something inevitably crazy happens. So what are some practical steps to start tracking your data or getting it back into your own grasp? So these are the things that you would want to track consistently as a construction manager or the head of a construction business. So you'd want to track your project schedules, your takeoff materials, your blueprints and drawings, your client conversations and approvals, or job costs and change orders. You then want to pick a home base. A lot of people love Google Drive, which is a great tool. You could use a Dropbox or OneDrive. You can also use a construction management platform. You just need to go and look for their export policies. So are they going to allow you to export all of that data off of their system, or are they going to try to keep you locked into their ecosystem? You're then going to want to standardize the process. So decide where schedules and drawings get uploaded. You're going to want to make sure you save those versions so nothing gets lost. You're going to want to log client conversations in one place, emails, meeting notes, call summaries. And then finally, you're going to want to own your backup. So maybe you do it monthly where you just export all of these different points of data to a Google Drive, and then you just know you have it there. The big focus here is just to know that data exists and it's on a Google Doc. It's a screenshot somewhere. You don't really have to worry about the structure of it yet. You just want to worry that it's there. If you are a construction company looking to implement technology like this, whoever you end up working for to build an AI system for you, they're going to be able to build a system that is so much more mind-blowing and incredible if they have access to some of that data, because they'll be able to organize it and structure it in a way for the AI to understand. And on that note, I'm going to go over kind of how we go about doing exactly that. How do we structure the data and clean it up so our AI systems can fully benefit from it? So first, we gather your schedules, your takeoffs and blueprints or client notes, and we store them in a secure storage on your own AWS server or DigitalOcean server. We then take a while to extract useful details and put it into, just think like a table of contents. So your projects are here, your dates are here, your crews are here, and your costs are here. And then we use AI to build two libraries. or think of it like two brains essentially of knowledge. So the first one is called a vector database. A vector database is like a Google search, but for your own company data. So it lets you search by meaning, not just by keywords. And to think of that is a keyword is a single word or maybe two or three words. When you search by keywords, you're just looking for matches in like a large data set. You're just looking for that type of word and having it match. When you're searching through a vector database, you're searching for meaning, which means a long string of words that together form some type of meaning, such as the concrete pour is scheduled for 10:30 on Tuesday. In a traditional Google search way, it would be you're just looking for concrete pour, but because you vectorized that entire sentence, but it is through that combination of words and understanding that the concrete pour happened on this time and date, that an AI is able to make a lot more meaning out of it and search it effectively. And the next thing we have is called a knowledge graph. So the knowledge graph will map projects, tasks, crews, materials, and locations for context. Think of it like if you've ever seen that Wreck-It Ralph movie where that King Candy is swimming through what looks like a neural network or something like that. A bunch of little nodes and they're plugged in with lines to each other. That's very realistically what a knowledge graph is. And it's another hugely valuable tool for data systems or for AI systems. So we build these secure data storages and map them in a way where you have permission to all of them. There's nightly backups and monthly export tests and infrastructure to where it's very easy for you guys to continue to upload your data and just feed that database. So what does this look like in practice? It means you can ask your own AI system, what's delaying project 123? Can you draft a change order from yesterday's notes? Or can you check up on the status of project 4, 5, 6 and stuff like that? So you're going to be able to get actionable answers with sources, and you're going to be able to make changes. You're going to let your AI assistant is going to be able to actually make changes to the schedule on your behalf with the tools that we have created. So this is why your data is gold. If you own it, you can train AI that works exactly the way your company does. If you guys want to explore how AI could transform your business, either scheduling solutions, quoting solutions, AI and safety solutions, advertising solutions, you can reach us at opulencefunnels.com, or you can hit us at that email, Aidan@opulencefunnels.com. I'll include that in the description of this video. Other than that, I hope this was a valuable watch or listen. Drop a comment if you have any questions. I love responding to those and getting to the bottom of whatever concern you may have. But yeah, thank you so much. I hope you guys are having a beautiful Sunday.